Hello, welcome. We have a yin yoga session. This one we will require a few props for. If you have a bolster, then that would be great. If you don't have a bolster, then a couple of good solid pillows or cushions will also be useful. So either a bolster or a couple of cushions or pillows, both. If you have some blocks or something equivalent, you might find these useful, but they're not necessary. Also, it's always handy to have a blanket, either for warmth or for a bit of padding as well. So if you have those things. The other thing we might need, depending on our bodies, is a strap or a some sort of belt type thing, just to give our arms a little bit of extra length in one pose. So if you have those things, or if you want to go and gather those things, we'll get started. So in this session, we're looking at the stomach and spleen pair. So the stomach is our yang organ in this pair, and the spleen is our yin organ in this pair. So this yin-yang pair is responsible for our digestion and assimilation, not just physically, which it does, but also helping us to assimilate the things that are happening and digest the things that are happening in our life and to bring it in. So if they are unbalanced, often things like worry, anxiety, sense of powerlessness, but when they're in balance, we feel nurtured, we feel more at home within our bodies and our place within the world. So they're the areas we're targeting today. The physical body that we are going to be looking at is the front line of our body. The stomach meridian starts up in the nose, runs down through the throat, through the diaphragm, down into the stomach, hooks into the spleen as well. It's coming down through the abdomen, and it comes across the pelvis towards the outside edges of the front of our legs, down the outside edge of our shin, finishes up at the second toe. The spleen starts in our big toes. Yin, it runs up, and yang runs down. So it runs from the big toes, comes up over the top of the foot, and it's more the inside front of our shins, up through the inside front of our thighs, again up through the abdominal area, hooking into both the stomach and spleen organs, up through diaphragm, and actually ends in the mouth, through the throat into the mouth at the tongue. So we're looking at the front line of our body. So to begin with, if you take your hands and make them into some little fists, really loose, so not a hard tight fist, just a loose fist. And we will just start by tapping into, bashing with our gentle hands onto our body. So onto that front line. We can start here on our thighs, a little bit along the outside edges, a little bit on the insides. Just stimulating with nice soft muscles and nice soft hands. Staying on the front of the body, will come up and just a little bit on the chest. So the upper chest, we can do one or two hands, whatever works. We'll take it down gently across the belly, really gentle, just a really light stimulation belly. And finally, coming down to our shins, you just get your hands and run your hand along your shin bone so you can feel your shin bone there. And then come to the outside of your shin bone and you've got that more fleshy part, that muscular part. Running your hands up there. As you come up towards the knee, there's a little slight indentation on either side. So you can find that little indentation. This is our stomach point, 36, acupoint, and when you kind of got an idea around where that area is, make your fists again, and we're just going to tap into stomach 36. You can use that fleshy part on your little finger side of the hand, maybe even you can use the thumb side or more the knuckles. I'll just give it a bit of a tap. And then just rubbing up and down that fleshy part on the outside of the shins, up and down the legs with kind of the knuckle part of the hand. A little bit more, and then we're going to settle down, and all this hard work we're done, we're already up to our first little rest. So let's lie on down on our backs. Let the legs stretch away, coming into our back rest. With the option of having the arms by the side, or perhaps resting on the belly, but just find stillness. So get yourself comfortable, find some stillness. Letting awareness settle on your breath. Just starting to take some belly breaths. So belly breathing, we're breathing into and out of our abdominal area. Just thinking about the belly being soft. Nice deep belly breath. Maybe mentally repeating the mantra, soft as we breathe in, feeling the belly rise, soft, and belly as we breathe out. Another 5 rounds like this. Just letting that practice go. Taking a few breaths with no control. Just noticing how you're feeling. Physically, mentally, emotionally, what's going on? When you're ready, we'll roll onto our side. So we can bend the knees, just roll over. And then we'll slowly bring ourselves up. And our first full posture here is going to be a reclined butterfly. So we will need our bolster or stack up a couple of cushions or your pillows. So that's going to come in behind us. And we're going to bring our lower back sacrum area. So it's pressing right into our support, and the soles of our feet come together. Now it depends on you and your body. The soles of the feet together might be quite a distance away from the pelvis, or they might be in close. Maybe they'll be somewhere in the middle. So, you know, it doesn't matter at all. So find what's comfortable for you. And we're going straight into a long hold here. It's going to be a 5-minute one, but it's quite a lovely one. It is still really quite deeply relaxing. So once you've got your legs a bit sorted and you've got your support there behind you, we'll just start to bring our upper body down onto that support underneath. And we'll just take our time to settle in. Again, you might want to have a little feel of where the legs feel most comfortable here. We can take the arms and open them out wide. It's going to open up through that chest, heart area. We can take the arms slightly above our head, and we'll possibly even bring the hands onto the opposite elbow and rest them up behind us as well. So find your comfort. As I said, we're here for a good 5 minutes. So once you find your spot where you're going to stay, see if we can come to some stillness. And once we're in stillness, then we really start to notice what's going on. When you feel settled here, then just do a little scan through where within your body are you holding any tension. Whether it's the forehead with a little frown or a clenching of the jaw, in the shoulders. Think about that soft belly. Where can we release some tension? Bring softness to the eyes, maybe even close the eyes or just soften your gaze. And once we are softening away from the tension within our physical body, bring awareness to what's going on. So where are you feeling maybe a stretch or a strain, or maybe there's an element of discomfort in this pose? Just looking at your body, where are you feeling it? Are you able to sit with it rather than move away from it or push it away without fidgeting or moving? Are you able to sit here with the physical discomfort that may or may not be present? We're already beyond our halfway, so into the I've got to check. So if you did want to make some adjustments, we've still got time to make adjustments and drop back into the yinness of this pose. moving into our last 30 seconds. So you can surrender completely. Last couple of rounds of breath. Let's finish up here with a nice, really deep breath in. And releasing it completely. Another deep breath in as we start to move. We're coming down to a back rest. So think about moving as little as necessary to come down, flat onto our backs, legs extended away. As we drop into a little rebound, feeling perhaps the echoes and ghosts of that pose. Perhaps you'll feel a rush of energy or some tingling through maybe the inner thighs or through the chest. We'll come to be up seated again, and you want to just maybe bring yourself onto your side and slowly make your way up, but there's absolutely no rush. We can take our time with those transitions. And we're coming into a child's pose, a wide leg child's pose. So bring the big toes together and open the legs out as wide as is comfortable. Remembering that spleen line runs on the inner front of the thighs, so that's what we're trying to trigger here, so we're going wide. Once we are nice and wide, we'll just slide ourselves, so the big toes are coming together, knees are out wide, and we'll just slide ourselves forward. Now, we are only staying 1 minute in the front here, so get yourself drop the floor. If the forehead doesn't reach the floor, perhaps you'll have a block or cushion or support under the forehead. Maybe you're happy just to let the head hang, so it doesn't matter, whatever works. Soft belly, shoulders, buttocks and thighs. Relax through the forehead. Unclench the jaw. Pressing down to the earth a little with the hands. We're going to lift up and we're taking a twist. So we'll take our left arm and sweep it under our right arm, and sliding it out there to the right side. So we're going to drop the shoulder, our left shoulder to the ground, the left side of the head to the ground. We can have our right arm still extended out there, bringing our gaze out to the side. Now, if If you're finding it uncomfortable trying to drop the shoulder and head down to the earth there, we can bring our blanket folded nicely or a cushion to maybe support either the shoulder or the head. So get yourself organised, get yourself comfortable, as we are staying here for 4 minutes. So we want to not move too far too fast, because if the sensations are too deep and too strong, it will be difficult to stay for the length of time. So we start slowly, find that edge where it's going to be okay to spend some time. It doesn't have to be easy, it doesn't have to be difficult, it's just that space in the middle where it's going to be possible to stay. Softening in. We're halfway, doing good, 2 minutes to go. If you feel you need to move out or back away a little bit, then we can. If you feel you can move a little deeper, we might take the right hand and wrap it around into the left hip. One minute to go. Soft. Last few rounds of breath. We'll just finish with a nice deep inhale and exhale. And then as we take an inhale, we'll draw ourselves back into centre. I'm going to move straight through to our twist on the other side. So the right arm is going to slide under the left arm. We start to bring the right shoulder down to the earth and the right side of the head down to the earth. And again, that option to bring some support, a blanket or a cushion in under the shoulder or under the head. get yourself settled in. Now our legs have been here a long time. Just stay with it. You're finding that the legs are feeling too vulnerable and you do need to change. Just draw the knees a little closer to each other. You find that that deep sense of sensation in the legs is gone. Maybe the knees need to open away a little. You soften the eyes, the belly, shoulders. We're at our halfway point, so 2 minutes to go. Making any adjustments to maybe move a little deeper or to back away a little bit. You can bring the left arm around and draw it into the right hip crease. Just to open up that front leg chest a little. But if that doesn't suit you, then don't do it. Moving to the last minute. And the most difficult time, but where the magic happens. So just see if we can stay. Last few rounds of breath. We take our last nice deep breath in, filling up completely. Breath out as we empty. And then as we breathe in, again we can slowly start to move. Now move very, very slowly. Super slow mo. We're going to come into a belly flop. Now our poor legs have been here forever, so be kind to them. Move gently. They're going to feel quite vulnerable. So move gently and find a belly rest. We might want to turn the head to the side or stack the hands under the forehead. You might want to lift up the feet off the floor so we've got a good bend in the knee and just flop the legs and swish them a little bit side to side. And then when you feel ready, see if we can just find some stillness in a belly flop.
often those longer holds, so our legs were there for like 9 or 10 minutes or something, so there might be quite a rush going on, perhaps some tingling, vibration, pins and needles. Perhaps you can feel the echoes of that pose moving through the body. We'll just stay there, let it happen. Then when you're ready to move again, and if you are experiencing deep sensation in your rebound, just stay until it fades. But if you're ready to move again, we'll bring ourselves back up around to be seated. And we're moving into a half saddle. So we'll have our legs extended away, and we'll keep our right leg out straight. And our left leg will bend up so that the left foot either comes to rest near the outside edge of the buttock, or we can bring the foot under completely. Now we're looking at bringing some stretching or tension into the left thigh here. So depending on our bodies, you might be feeling it with your body and torso upright. If so, we stay like so. If not, we might drop down a little. So we might drop down onto our elbows. You can even bring your bolster or cushioning in under the upper body here, so that we can stretch it out like that. You might find that you need to go a little deeper, in which case we can come down all the way onto our backs. And if you want to go a little deeper again, we can bend the right knee up to the sky so the right foot comes onto the floor. And if you want to go deeper again, we can draw our hands around the right knee and kind of pulling it in towards the body a little. So that's kind of the scale of this pose, from sitting upright being the least intense to moving down to where I am now, which will be the most. So finding where you will sit along that scale. Oh, there is another deeper one we could do, I just thought of. So if you wanted to go deeper than where I'm currently at, we can bring a block under the buttock and then take that leg off the ground. So that could be another option. But finding your spot and then finding your stillness. Releasing your tension, softening through the body. Letting the eyes close. Or just not be intense, let them be soft.
about a halfway point here. A couple of minutes to go. Into our last minute, nearly there. And just stay that bit longer, softening completely. Welcoming all that sensation. Last few breaths. And we'll take a nice full deep breath in and out. And then a nice deep breath in as we slowly begin to move. We're moving just down into a back rest. So perhaps you can just untuck your leg and move out. Oh, it feels a bit dead, but that's okay. We know that that is a feeling of aliveness as we rest in our rebound. And then when you're ready, or if you're ready, we'll roll over onto our bellies and we'll bring ourselves up. We're going to bring kind of to a tabletop position, our right foot forward so that we are into our left thigh in a lunge. We might have our hands resting upon the floor. This is where we might use some blocks as well. So we might have blocks under the hands. We can put some padding under the left knee if needed. So maybe a folded blanket or cushion will come under the left knee. So we can stay more downward like I am now, or we can move it up a little bit. So we might come up higher. So hands might rest on the knee, or if you've got some blocks there, we might have hands resting upon tall blocks. But we're here for 3 minutes, so get yourself comfortable. Let the eyes be soft, if not closed. Feeling that softness move through the body. From the crown of the head, with your soft forehead, soft around the eyes, through the jaw, through the throat, through the chest, the shoulders, down through the belly and buttocks and through the legs, all the way to the toes. We are halfway here. In our last 30 seconds, so we're nearly there. Just stay with it, stay soft. Welcome. You're moving completely there rather than trying to back away just yet. And our last final breath, nice and deep inhale. Complete exhale. And then as we breathe in, going to come to a belly rest. So move slowly. Transition gently. Kindness to our bodies. As we'll come down into a belly flop. Head might be turned to the side, left side, right side, might be forehead down to the earth, arms might be by the side or out wide, just whatever. We're on our bellies and we're letting our body drop down into the earth. And we'll bring ourselves around to be seated again. So bring yourself up. We'll have our legs extended out in front of us once more. And we're moving through those two poses again, this time on the right side of our body. So we'll take our right leg and we're going to tuck our right foot around either under the buttock or resting alongside. And finding where upon this slide we fit on this side of our body. So we start up tall, we're looking for some sort of tension through the thigh of the right leg. Perhaps we'll lean back a little, maybe down onto our elbows or onto that support if we want to bring a bolster or cushions in under our back. Perhaps we can bring the whole body down to the earth. We can bring our right foot to the earth, so it's knees pointing up to the sky. It's going to deepen a little more, or we can take that leg and draw it in. So find whereupon, and that's right, we had the other option of bringing the hips up a little bit higher. So we can do that as well if we want to bring something under the bottom. That'll take us through a little bit deeper even again. But find where you're at and then find your stillness. Bring softness to the eyes, so soften your gaze, or even close the eyes completely. Allow the shoulders to relax, round the mouth, soft belly, buttocks, thighs, toes. You right, Boo Boo? Dog's doing some sunbaking. Boo. We're just approaching that halfway point here. So if you did want to deepen, or if you did feel that you needed to back away a little bit, then we can take that option of whatever's going to most suit our bodies, most honour our bodies right now. Moving into our last minute. Last few breaths. And our final deep breath in and out. And then as we breathe in again, we can slowly start to move, and we're coming down to our back rest. So however you're going to get there, we'll bring our body down flat to the floor. If you feel you need to move around here, then you can. If you just want to be in stillness, then you can. So we'll listen to what your body's asking. over to our bellies and bring ourselves up into our tabletop. And our left leg is coming forward. So we've got awareness through our right thigh there. We drop into a lunge. So if you need to bring some cushioning under the right knee, then we can bring our folded blanket or something under the knee. We might be on our fingertips. As we're leaning forward a bit, we might be on some blocks. And we've got all those different heights of our blocks that are going to assist us to find comfort, or some level of comfort here. So we can be upright or we can be more forward. Hands might be on the knees. But we've got 3 minutes here, so get yourself comfortable. Let the gaze find somewhere to be, so we don't want it skitting around everywhere. And perhaps even close the eyes, or just soften the gaze. Scanning through from top of the head all the way down to the toes, looking for any tension. So know your spots. Soften the forehead, around the eyes, release tension through the jaw, the shoulders. Soften through the throat, the neck, the belly, soft fingers, buttocks, thighs. And we're already halfway, so we're doing good, halfway there. He's ready to do a bit of yin yoga himself, aren't you, mate? So he's looking right at the camera. Hey, Pooh. Into our last minute here. Last few rounds of breath. And our last deep, significant breath. And then as we breathe in once more, coming down to our belly flop. So bringing yourself around gently, slowly, super slow-mo as we drop down onto our bellies. You can turn the head to the side or stack the hands and rest the head. So we're going to move from our rebound here through to a child's pose. So you can just kind of press the hands down,
come up through your tabletop. Bring the knees more together this time. So before we did the wide knees, now we want our knees more together. Bottom dropping back towards the heels. If it's uncomfortable on your legs to be in a child's pose like that, we can bring a folded blanket or a cushion in under the knees, just to let that bottom rest upon something depending on our bodies. And this one's only going to be a relatively short hold, so we'll bring ourselves down and drop our belly towards our thighs, our head dropping towards the floor, arms extended out in front of us. We're already halfway here, so it's just a short little reset in child's pose. Last couple of breaths. Last nice deep breath in and out. Then we'll bring ourselves extending out on our bellies once more, just for a short rebound. Let the legs stretch away. Make our way up to be seated once more. And we're coming into a dragonfly. So our dragonfly is a wide leg pose. So we take our legs wide and we're going to flop forward here. Now it can often be one of the more difficult ones for a lot of people. So what we can do to make this more comfortable for ourselves is we can bring a folded blanket or a cushion under the bottom to lift those hips up a little higher off the earth. We can also bring a bend into the knees, so you might just do it with your feet on the floor, or you might bring something in under the knees like so. And then we can take our forward fold like that. So see what is going to suit you. We'll have 3 minutes here, so you want to be comfortable. So when you've got yourself set up, think about the thighs and calves and hips and buttocks being soft. We take a breath in as we set up, get a little bit tall, and then as we breathe out, Just bringing ourselves into a version of a forward fold here. So the hands will come down to the earth to support us, maybe the elbows will. Draw the chin ever so slightly back towards the throat, creating that bit of length along the back of the neck. As we scan through, assessing the tension within our body that we can release and soften and let go of. Then noticing where the sensation is. We're already halfway here. You need to back away a little, or maybe you want to move in a little deeper. So just adjusting either further towards the floor or away from the floor a little more. Last 30 seconds. Last deep breath in. Long breath out. And then as we breathe in again, we can start to prepare to move, and we'll come to a back rest. So bringing ourselves up, we can bring our hands in behind the knees, draw the legs in that way. And let's even just stop on our way down to a back rest with knees bent up to the sky, elbows dropped to the floor, and let's just have a little swish, windshield wiper our legs from one side to the other. And we can even stay here for a bit longer, or if you're ready, we'll drop down into our rebound in our back rest. Drop to the floor. Feeling the ghosts of that pose moving through the body. The shadow. You can still feel the effects of that wide leg on the inner legs. Maybe along the back.
we're going to roll over onto our bellies. So if you bring yourself onto your belly, and we're coming to a Sphinx pose. So the upper body, head, chest lift, and the elbows come in under the shoulders. Legs are about, or feet are about a hip's width apart. Depending on how your back feels, if it feels safe and comfortable in this position with the elbows under the shoulders, then we can stay. If it feels a bit vulnerable and uncomfortable, we can take the elbows further away, and that's going to bring that compression out of the lower back and bring it more into the thoracic, that mid, coming up near to the rib cage. So whichever works for you. And we'll just stop here a minute. Again, a soft gaze, perhaps just slightly in front of you, or maybe let the head hang, looking down to the earth. We're going to stay, the upper body is going to be quite similar, as we're going to just move a little bit differently here. We'll take our right hand and bring it, so we're lifting it off the floor, we're pivoting off the elbow to bring it near to the elbow of the left hand. So we've got it coming across our body there. We're going to bend into our left foot. And maybe our left foot's just going to hang here, dropping towards the bottom. Perhaps we can take a hold of our left foot with our left hand. Or this might be where we use our strap or strap or belt. We can bring something around the foot and hold it there. So we're looking at having our foot drawing in, so we're onto that front left thigh, but we've also got an opening through the chest. So remembering we can have the right elbow a little bit away from the body, or we can draw it in close. But we are here for 3 minutes. That's halfway, you're doing good. 1.5 minutes to go. Nothing, not long. few breaths. Nice deep inhale and exhale to finish. And then on that inhale, we start to release and to move. Get that leg released first. And then we'll bring our torso right down onto the floor. Turn the head maybe to the side or stack the hands under the forehead. You want to maybe wiggle the hips a little side to side or swish, bend the feet to the sky, swish the legs side to side. If you just want to be in stillness, so just move instinctively what feels like it's going to nurture you in this moment. We'll come up into Sphinx once more, so that the elbows are supported or supporting the upper body. They're pressing down into the earth, either under the shoulders or slightly in front of the shoulders. Gaze just either slightly in front or down to the earth, but soft. The eyes be still. I'm going to bring those legs into play. So the left hand lifts up off the floor and we're pivoting from the elbow to bring the left hand near to the right elbow. We're going to bend the right knee so that the foot drops towards the buttocks, and we can stay like that, or we can use our belt, or we can bring our hand around to take a hold. So whichever option feels like you. As we settle in for 3 minutes, letting our belly be soft, allowing the chest to feel open. Let the buttocks and thighs soften. Might need some contraction of the buttocks to help that back feel safe, but find the minimum amount of contraction. Halfway.
Last 30 seconds here. A last deep breath. And then we take a breath in to begin to slowly release. Let those legs come down completely. And then we'll let the torso come down. Maybe we're going to find a little wiggle through our hips, gently moving them side to side, or I'm going to lift the knees, I'll lift the feet, bend the knees, swish a little. We'll find a belly flop eventually. We'll come onto our backs. So if you want to bring yourself around onto your back. Let's start on our back here, just with a bent knee up to the sky. Lift your hips and see if we can just create some length through the lower back. Just going to take our feet up to the sky, and we're just going to hang here for a moment, just lengthening out our spine. We can take our arms up and over, reaching behind us. So just think about having a long, straight spine. Gently contracting through the legs as if we're pressing the heels up to the sky. Lengthening up through the crown of the head and out through the tailbone. Couple more breaths. And then we'll bend the knees and hug the legs. Maybe stillness here for a moment, or maybe a little rock side to side. And then we'll extend legs away along the floor, so we're lying down flat on our backs. And our last pose we're finishing up with is our banana pose. So let's go to the right side first. So we'll step our right foot towards the right. Actually, let's start again. Reset. We'll shift our hips, lift them up, shift them slightly to the left. Then we'll step our leg to the right, our right leg to the right, and our left leg to the right. And then we start to just bring the shoulders around a little bit towards that right side. We can have the arms extended up and over, so maybe the hands will come together or hands will come to the opposite of elbows. Perhaps we'll have the right hand down alongside the body and the left hand up. So you can play around and find where you'll be here. We've got a 3-minute hold. You can cross the ankles so that the left foot might sit upon the right foot. If you do that, just think about having still a relaxed foot. So we don't want to get all tensiony through the feet to have them cross. staying there. Halfway. Okay. Boo. Moving into our last 30 seconds. That's nice. Deep breath. Feeling that rib cage inside of the body expanding and then contracting on the exhale. And as we inhale, we'll bring ourselves back into a straightened feeling to our body as we rebound here. Then we'll prepare to move through to the opposite side of our body. So we want to lift the hips a little and place them gently, just a centimetre or so across to the right side. We step our left foot towards our left and our right foot comes to join, and then we're bringing our torso around towards that left side. Arms might be by the side, perhaps they're going to be extended up over the head. So we soften in here. Halfway.
Last big breath in and out. And then as we breathe in, we'll come back into our midline. And we're going to settle into our final pose, our pentacle pose, with the legs and arms spread out along the earth. And want to add a little bit of warmth here. Then we can put our blankets on or whatnot. But we're just going to rest out on the floor for a few minutes to really let our practice just sink right in. So get yourself comfortable. Surrendering down to the earth, feeling the body melt towards the floor. Next few minutes at least, we have nowhere else to be and nothing else to do but just be right here. Now, being in the comfort of your own home, if you want to stay here for longer, please do. Longer the better. But if you are ready to get moving and we're reawakening to the rest of your day, then just start to deepen the breath a little. Want to invite a little movement back in. Wrists and ankles, turn the head to the side. Maybe I'll wiggle through those fingers and toes, stretch the arms up over the head. Can roll onto our side and take a few breaths here. And then when you're ready, you can bring yourself up to be seated. Join our hands together in front of our hearts. And we'll close our practice today by chanting 3 Oms. Take a breath in, release it from the mouth, and then we Om. Namaste. Thank you. I hope you'll go forward in your day feeling nurtured and nourished and more within yourself. Please remember to drink some water throughout the day, rehydrating. Often this yin sort of practice draws water out of our tissues and into other tissues like our fascia and ligaments and tendons. So it is important to drink up so that we can keep the water into the areas that we've just hydrated. So we need to replace our fluids in the other areas. So drink up and have a great day. Thank you. And thank you to my sister Boo for all his help today. Bye.